Good morning, students. Welcome to the digital classroom with Holy Heart Schools. Today we are going to start with our chapter Rocks. In this chapter, we will be learning about rocks and minerals along with their uses. While going through these topics, we will be learning some new words like number 1, crust, the solid outermost layer of the earth. Number 2, lithosphere, the solid outer crust of the earth. Number 3, rocks, naturally occurring hard material of the crust. Number 4, elements, the smallest compound of the earth's crust or lithosphere. Number 5, compounds, the mixture of two or more elements, example sodium chloride, NaCl, which is also called common salt. Number 6, minerals, naturally occurring inorganic substances which have the definite chemical composition. Number 7, weathering, disintegration and decomposition of rocks at or near the earth's surface, or we can also say breaking up of rocks by the agents like water, wind, etc. And at the last we have erosion, removal of the top layer of the earth by the agents of weathering like wind and water. So now students, please open up your books on page number 43. We will be starting up with the chapter number 6, rocks. But before we start with the reading of the chapter, let's have the brief about today's topic. When I look at the rock, I wondered how it came to be. The story begins about 4.5 billion years ago as gas and dust came together to form a rock that makes up our planet. The most significant part of the outer crust of the earth is the lithosphere. The literal meaning of the lithosphere is a sphere of rocks. Up to the depth of about 60 kilometers, 95% of the earth's material consists of different rocks. And these rocks are extremely useful for the human beings as most of their economic activities are dependent on them. So now students, let's start with our reading. The thin outermost layer of the earth is called crust or the lithosphere. Litho means land and sphere means part. So the part of the earth covered with land is the lithosphere. The word lithosphere stands for rock sphere. Rock sphere means the part of the earth covered with rocks, and we know that all our landforms on the earth are made up of rocks. It can be sedimentary, it can be igneous rocks, it can be made up of metamorphic rocks. As literal meaning of the word litho is rock. The thickness of earth's crust or rock sphere is about 60 km. This layer contains the continent and the ocean basins. Continent means the huge land masses, as we all know that we have 7 continents, and ocean basins. Ocean basins are the depression of the earth's surface in which an ocean lies. And as we know, we have 5 major ocean basins on our planet. Now students, we are starting up with the main topic, rocks and minerals. Rocks are the naturally occurring hard materials found on the earth's crust. Rocks are made up of minerals found mostly in solid states, and each mineral normally contains 1 or 2 elements. The whole earth is made up of elements, as these are the smallest components of the earth's crust. The minerals are the combination of elements which occur naturally in the rocks. There are about 2000 minerals found in the earth crust, out of which 12 are common all over the world and are called rock formers. A mixture of 2 or more minerals can form rocks. Rocks do not possess any sort of definite chemical composition and are helpful in dating the age of the earth. So now students, let's come back to our reading. Rocks and minerals. As we have already learned that rocks are the naturally occurring hard materials of the earth crust, and minerals are the naturally occurring inorganic substances which have a definite chemical composition. Rocks and minerals make up the crust of the earth. The hard materials of the crust are called rocks. In scientific terms, rocks include not only the hard materials such as granite, marble, sandstone, but also the soft and loose materials such as chalk, clay, sand, etc. Hard rocks are very difficult to break, but soft and loose rocks are very easily broken. They can be broken by hands also. The smallest component of the Earth's crust or lithosphere is element. The whole of the Earth is made up of these elements. The most abundant elements, which constitute about 98% of the total mass of the crust, are oxygen, silicon, aluminium, calcium, iron, magnesium, potassium, and sodium. More than one element for the earth crust can form compounds. Now here the question comes, what are compounds? Compounds are the mixture of two or more elements. For example, calcium and carbon combines to form calcium carbonate. Sodium and chloride combines to form sodium chloride, also known as common salt. They are also known as minerals. The main mineral group are silicates, carbonates, sulfides, and metal oxides. There are about 2000 minerals, out of which 12 are common and used all over the world. They are also called rock formers. We usually study the four major mineral groups. Number 1, silicates. About 87% of the minerals in the earth crust are silicates. It is the salt consisting of silica combined with metal oxides. The important minerals of this group are quartz, feldspar, etc. Next we have carbonates. Carbonates are the set of minerals of carbon, oxygen and metal element. This group of mineral is very much prone to chemical weathering. Calcite is the most important mineral of this group. Next we have sulfides. Mineral of the sulfide class or sulfur compounds, which are non-metallic chemical element belonging to oxygen group. They are the rock forming mineral of many deposits of non-ferrous metals. Non-ferrous means which do not have iron content, like aluminium, copper, gold, nickel, etc. Sulfides are mostly used in the industries of pesticides, pharmaceuticals, etc. Next we have metal oxides. The earth's crust contains a large number of metals. Metals are opaque, lustrous elements that are good conductors of heat and electricity. Most metals are malleable and ductile. When metals like iron, aluminium, etc. react with atmospheric oxygen, they form metal oxides, which are commercially important. These metal oxides are mostly used for biomedical applications, fuel production, separations, plasmonics, sensing, catalysis, and gas absorption. Minerals are the combination of elements which occur naturally in the rock. They are solid inorganic substances which have definite chemical composition. It means amount of atoms present in these minerals is fixed. More than 2000 types of minerals have already been identified, but only a few of them are rock forming. Minerals. Minerals are useful for plant and animal life on the earth. Plants need minerals for their growth, and humans and other vertebrates need large amounts of minerals such as calcium for construction and maintenance of bone and normal function of nerves and muscles. A mixture of 2 or 3 minerals can form rocks. Rocks do not possess a definite chemical composition. All the types of rocks differ in their mode of occurrence. Occurrence means effect of something being found at a place. Structure, texture. Texture means the physical composition of a rock. Color and resistance. Resistance means the ability not to be affected to various agents of weathering. Weathering means disintegration of rocks. And erosion. Erosion means removal of the top layer of soil by wind and water. So here we can say that different rocks have different physical and chemical compositions. Rocks are helpful in dating the age of the earth. By the process of carbon dating, as we have done in 6th standard, we can find the age of the earth. Next, we have uses of rocks. Rocks and minerals are very important for the human beings, as most of their economic activities, especially in today's time, is dependent upon them. Rocks like limestone, marble, granite are used in making buildings. Cement is made from limestone. Rock like slate is used to make blackboard and the slanting roof of the houses. Many minerals in the rock contain metals like iron, copper, aluminium, which are used in making tools, building materials, machines, etc. Many minerals are also found in the shape of crystals that can be cut and polished to form gemstones like rubies, diamond, etc. And diamond is the hardest rock. Coal and petroleum forms the major source of energy. Along with that, weathering of rocks leads to the formation of soil on which plants, animals, human beings depend directly or indirectly. So now students, let's start with its reading. Rocks and minerals are extremely useful for human beings as most of their economic activities are dependent upon them. The main benefit are as under: number 1, the characteristics of rocks influence the relief and drainage of an area. Relief means landform and drainage means process the water is drained. For example, the places where igneous rocks are found will have hard rocks, and the places where the sedimentary rocks are found will have soft soil. In the same manner, the places with the porous rocks will have high level of underground water as compared to the places with the layer of non-porous rocks. Rocks and stones were widely used in making of tools and implements. Here we can take the example of our civilizations which are named after the minerals that are used in making tools and implements in that particular era. For example, in Stone Age, stones were used. In Bronze Age, bronze was used. In Iron Age, iron is used. Now next, rocks provide us building stones which are used in construction of houses, roads, dam, etc. For example, iron, copper, aluminium. These are the minerals which are extracted from these rocks and used for the construction purposes. And the most important one is cement, which is made by the breaking up of limestone. Potash, nitrates, phosphates, etc. are widely used in the manufacturing of chemical fertilizers. Fertilizers are the substances which add to the fertility of soil. Silica and clay are used in making glass and pottery. We can make pots of the clay. Metals and chemicals in the rocks form the basis of the development of modern industries. Here we can take the example of iron, which is the backbone of every industry. Copper is used in electrical industry. Aluminium, which is widely used in aeroplane industry. It is also used in making window paints, doors, etc. Now next we have coal, petroleum and natural gas. These are the important sources of power and energy. These are basically the fossil fuels which are formed by the decomposition of dead plants and animals which got buried under these rocks. They are used for running vehicles, running industries, cooking, etc. Soil is the main product of the rocks. All agricultural activities depend upon the quality and the fertility of rocks. For example, the soil which is formed by the breaking up of igneous rocks is a black soil, which is very good for the production of cotton. All the great plains of the world are found in the places of aluminium soil which are formed by the breaking up of sedimentary rocks. In the past, minerals helped in the growth of civilization, and thus period of history have Stone Age, Bronze Age and Iron Age, etc. This I have already explained earlier. Precious metals such as gold, silver, platinum, etc. and variety of gemstones are found only in rocks. And the most important one is diamond, which is the hardest rock. So students, this was our topic for the day. Please revise your topic and do the related exercises. Thank you.